All right, so with TS Paranormal Productions here. I'm here with Cindy Kuhn from the Ross House down in
Hello,
Bel
everybody.
down in Bel Air, Ohio. I got the privilege to meet Cindy twice, so and it's my third time. Well, you want to tell us a little bit about the Ross House, and it's hard because I've talked to you a few times already. Like I already know
Right,
everything.
right. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I kind of fell into this type of thing with the house. My family's owned the house since 1990. And I myself didn't know anything about the paranormal. I actually got the house. I started using the house in 2015 for an escape room. And from there, that's when I found out that the house had activity. So from there, Escape Zone stayed there for about 6 years until 2022, the end of 2022, when I finally gave in and opened it up to full-time investigations. And that's where I'm at. You know, I've been running this house for investigators to come in for the last couple years and having some fun with it. And enjoying meeting the people. It's always interesting to hear the stories and what they have, what they do for a living, and just getting to know them a little bit. I've been having some fun with it. But the house has a lot of activity. Basically, I believe it's from the land. The house sits on a ley line, and ley line it brings in that flow of energy. And it definitely, we've had coal mine explosions nearby that I think, have helped to, well, I shouldn't say have helped, but we seem to get the coal miners come in and just a lot of different things. It's kind of like a hodgepodge of a lot of different things that happen in the house. So it's been fun. It's been interesting. I'm learning a lot. In the beginning, I didn't know anything.
When we first went down there, sorry, we were talking to you, and you were kind of like lenient on the paranormal. We were talking about like your nephew was saying a whole bunch of stuff when he was doing the escape room. That
Yes.
like
Yes, he gets so scared. Yeah.
he couldn't work there anymore.
He didn't. Yeah, he ran. So I myself, I was in the casino business. I was an executive host in a casino for 46 years. I knew nothing about paranormal or anything, ghosts or spirits. I mean, I hear about it a little bit, but I was never one involved with that sort of thing. So my whole world was traveling with my players, going, taking them to different casinos and that. So, but I did like escape rooms, and so that's what I did. I opened up the escape zone there. The rent was right, because my family owned the house. So, but when we were opening up, of course, you got to watch funds and everything. And I have my nephew working for us. He was just a senior in high school, and he was our game master. And that was the start of it. And we were there. I was actually, I believe, in a meeting when I got the call from Brendan. And he was just screaming in the phone, screaming code orange, Aunt Cindy, code orange. And come to find out there was a lot of things happening, and he got scared, and he ended up quitting on me. And a lot of people quit. Desi quit, and just, it was hard to keep help there, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And that's when I started learning about spirits, because of the things that were going on there when it was escape zone. Had to call help, ask for help from, people that knew what was going on. And the first person I called was Kristen Lee from the Blair House. And she was kind enough to explain everything to me. And from there, you just learn a little here, a little there. I started doing some search of the history of the house. And, but as far as like what I believe and what I don't believe, there's, I think that, how can I put this? There's things I think are maybe fabricated somewhat. And there's things that I just don't believe when it comes to this type thing. I think there's a lot of ready, for TV purposes and stuff like that. And I could tell you in my house, what I say and what happens in there and what I have experienced, there's no fabrication on my end at all. And it's, the house is what it is. But yeah, there's I mean, people go on about the Ouija board and everything, and to me, I they say it brings in the devil and everything, and I don't believe that for one goddamn second, to be honest with you. You know, I just don't accept it, and somebody's going to have to prove it to me. And so far, nobody has.
You're one of the few owners, places that are okay with the Ouija board being used, and your sense of like, you don't really believe in it. It's just a tool, right? Just a piece of equipment.
That's all it is. It's a damn board. It's a board. And if that board can direct you into spelling out things, God bless you, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay with them using it. My house has never changed. There's not a single person who has ever said the goddamn devil's in my house, So it's just the house is what it is, and that board hasn't done shit in that house. Now I have proven things with the board, and I had somebody ask me one time, and they told me that I don't know what I'm talking about, and it could be very, very true. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm not educated on a lot of this stuff. But when you're 70 years old, Ryan, you got your opinion, right?
Yeah.
Until I'm proven wrong, I'm going to stick with it. But I did some experiments in the past, and I've done it twice now. And what I've done is I have taken groups and I set them down, and I let them use the Ouija board and ask questions. Okay. We did a few more experiments. We went back to the Ouija board, and I didn't tell them what I was going to ask. Okay. For the second time, I set the same people back down at that Ouija board again. I blindfolded them and I put headsets on them, and I asked the same questions. Neither time did anything happen on that damn board. Neither time. No movement whatsoever. So, I'm okay with seances in the house. If you want to seance away. If you want to scry away. Whatever you want to do. The house seems to just stay the same, no matter what they do. Now, I do believe people can bring in negative energy of their own, right? It ain't from that board. It's them bringing it in. And I've been lucky to have a lady who helps to keep the house on a nice, even keel, so I'm pretty happy with it, I'm very happy with the house. It's coming along from when it first opened.
So, like, if someone was using a Ouija board and something dark did come in, not saying from the Ouija board, but more malevolent, would you question yourself then about the Ouija board, about being used in the house?
No, because I wouldn't believe it came from that damn board. I think that they just had it with them.
Yeah, so you don't know. Like, I'm not a fan of Ouija boards. I'm not a fan of dowsing rods because I think there's just too much human interference.
Right. I think they could have been with any piece of equipment. It could have been any piece of equipment. They're going to bring something bad in, right? That's how I think.
I've been down there twice. I've never got really a bad feeling. Ross House.
No. I know a lot of people, and maybe your people can tell me. I think people want to experience all this negative, this darkness, and they want to see that. That's what I pick up from a lot of people. I myself, what I want the house to be is about the spirits coming through and communicating, and them having a good time. And I have said this many, many times that I just want them to enjoy themselves. Whoever comes through, just keep an open mind, because the house seems to have a multiple spirits that come in. Okay. Some that are there quite a bit and others that float in and out, you know. Um, so that's what I want for my house anyway. Just good vibes, but good spirits. You know, I don't want anything truly negative. Right now, there is a spirit that has made his presence known. Actually, for the last couple weeks. Well, they didn't last week, or did they last week? Yeah, I think they did. That I'll have to have Helen come in and and address. So there is one that has been kind of a little bit of a controller, maybe not evil, but a controller.
You think that's
And
from the antique store?
from what?
The antique store?
No, no. I don't know where this one came from, but his name is Roger, and he's definitely a controller. He likes to control people, and he tried to. Actually, I was doing a Facebook Live right before this, and he actually tried to control this one investigator last night, where he couldn't raise his arms, he couldn't do anything. He first made his presence known about a year ago, and then we had nothing from him for quite a while. And Helen said he wasn't there anymore, and then all of a sudden he's popped back up again. So, well, and it really isn't. I don't want that type of energy in my house.
No, I mean you're talking like paranormal people that want the dark stuff, and I don't think they really.
Yeah.
You got a few groups out there that go for that because whatever reason they want to, but a lot of people just want that. You know, we go out there like I'll say hi to everybody that's commenting. Nacho's on, Deborah Lynn, and Lindsay. Hi everybody. If you got any questions for Cindy, drop them in the comments.
Yeah, let me know. I can't see any of the comments. But yeah, they get
but yeah, I mean, I think they like that little bit of fearfulness too. Paranormal investigator. I mean, that's why I do a lot of solos in dark basements because it's a little freaky. But majority of paranormal people out there just want to try to get answers. You know, I like that. You know, I really do like that. You know, just try to find out something about that spirit, get the answers. I mean, give you a good for instance, okay? We at the very beginning we had the spirit by the name of Alfred. That's all we got was Alfred, right? And it seemed that Alfred was didn't like women. And we had an investigator, little by little, he kept finding out more and more information about him. Found out that he passed away in a coal mine explosion. Of course, my mind went immediately to the Willow Grove coal mine, but it wasn't. Okay. He ended up passing away at the wet coal mine 2 miles down the road. When the more information that he kept giving up, we did some research. Come to find out, his name was Alfred Zaccanini. Okay. He lived directly across the street from the Ross house. He passed away in 1925. So we ended up with what they thought was the last name, and it was like they said Zacco, I forget how that was. But when we put Alfred Z and then let it go, coal mine explosion, okay, then things started popping up, and then somebody actually sent me the thing, Alfred Zaccanini, Bel Air, Ohio. He was one of the 2 from Bel Air that passed away in the web coal mine. There was actually 9 that passed away in that one. But he lived directly across the street. Wow.
Now, that I love stuff like that because that's documentation and proof and intelligence.
So, our first time there, we got a lot of coal mine stuff, and I did some research. And it was interesting that the one coal mine that killed, it might have been that one, it was 7 or 9 people. They called it, we got like through the Estes, not an accident, murder, and stuff like that. And we asked, are you a coal miner? Yes. So I looked into it, and there was no like murder explosion or anything, but the one that, I don't know if I emailed you all this when we first did it, but it was kind of odd. The story was like a lamp fell on a door and they couldn't exit and they all died. Like, I don't know how an oil lamp just falls against the
The
coal mine.
fire. It was a fire, right?
Yeah, it was
It
the
was
fire
a fire.
one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
there
they
was like,
couldn't exit.
yeah, they couldn't exit, but like,
Hmm.
I just kind of seemed weird. We got murder and not an accident, then coal mine. Like
Hmm.
maybe that
Yeah.
was,
And
but
then
you know,
they got my what I thought I heard was they split. Some of the coal miners split into two different groups, if I'm not mistaken. And then the ones that went to the one opening was number one, Alfred, one of the 9, and they're the ones that didn't get out. I think
you
that's
get
how
out.
that happened. The group split up. Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I always talk about like Ross House seems like a bus station of spirits. Like,
Yeah.
because the coal miners didn't die there. Everybody thinks that spirits are just stuck to where they died, or trapped there or whatever. But it seems like because we're asking, not we, but all the paranormal people are coming in, and you're so welcoming for these spirits to come in. I think there's other spirits coming in trying to get their stories out too, which I think is kind of cool.
To be, we seem to have women from a brothel that have taken up residency in the master bedroom, and that has been very interesting. And what it's like, where in the hell did that come from, right? And
Probably
then
start.
I can't find any documentation on this, and I love documentation. My dad told me before he passed that there was a brothel on Guernsey Street, which is behind the house. He said all that's left is the steps. So I go back there one day, and I did find a lot with steps. Now, but I never did research to back up who owned that lot or anything,
Yeah.
But I can't find documentation on it. That's the thing. But it comes through a lot,
Does it?
a lot. Yes, yes. So why they're there, I don't know. But yeah, nuts.
So we were down there in June, my group. I mean, it was our
Mm-hmm.
I think that was our 5th night straight doing investigations. So we were
I
pretty beat
remember
down.
that.
Yeah. So, and we got the store next to it.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, we got some stuff in Ross House 2 times, but nothing like,
Mm-hmm.
we had some good stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
that antique store is pretty active.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lately, it's been on fire. It hasn't, you never know you never know,
yeah.
right? Seems the crawler was actually, people were getting a lot with the crawler in the store the last time. In fact, they saw the crawler on the wall actually turn its head all the way around, which that's creepier than hell. The only thing I could think of was The Exorcist, but they said they saw it too. So, and Helen has told me that the crawler is something she can't get rid of because it was never human.
Right.
And to me, I help my brother out a couple of days, every 3 days a week, and I don't see anything myself when I'm in there, and I really don't want to see anything in there, but yeah, I don't. But yeah, the store's been on fire lately. The house was busy. I mean, the house was active the last 2 days.
Yeah,
It
I
was
saw that.
crazy the last 2 days. Yeah, lots of stuff going on, But it goes through spells. It's kind of odd how this stuff works. I can't predict it. I just can't predict it. The only thing I could say that I have noticed in the couple years that I've been open is the house seems to respond better to certain people. I could have somebody come in and I just absolutely adore them, but yet this might be their 3rd trip and they just don't get a lot. And then you have somebody else come in. Every time they come, the house just, boom, 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 boom. It's active, and cat balls are going off when they're opening up the damn door to their car to come in. I can't explain it, how it works, but I can't demand. I mean, I'm not their mama, right? So
I mean, it's weird, like, because I've been there twice. I mean, we got some stuff, but not a lot.
mm-hmm.
It feels like something is there. it's just not
Mhm.
presenting itself to us. So that's why we're going to keep coming back, because we know something's there. Maybe
Right.
they'll talk to us. I mean, I had that shadow in the basement
Hmm.
down there, but I said the antique store was cool. I got some good EVPs out of the antique store. I'm
Uh-huh.
still trying to get through all the evidence.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot to go through, you
yeah.
know.
But
I
I mean,
mean, you
yeah,
think,
I don't know. Is there a I my buddy did ask the question, "What's your name?" And the name Julie came over an EVP on my recorder.
Mhm.
So I tried looking up Julie, but like there's just way too many. So I mean,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but during that session, we're about to do an Estes method, and we didn't start yet. By my recorder going, it was "Help Me" from a girl a lot,
Oh, in the house or in the
and
store?
the dining room, the table room in the
Oh, the
store.
table room. Okay. Okay.
And that probably said it 20 times. A girl did. Like, help me, help me. It was very far off, but you can hear
Mm-hmm.
it. Then,
Huh.
but we didn't hear it at the time, obviously, because it's just on my digital recorder. But the
Right, right.
name Julie came over. Then
Okay.
a guy's voice started coming over, and it was done. I got nothing like for another 40 minutes after that.
Okay. Huh.
So there's something there. So
Right, right. Yeah. That dining room area, I call it in the daytime it's called the dining room area. Nighttime is called the seance room, you know. But that area is active, and the basement of the store is active, you
yeah,
know. So we've gotten, well, not myself, but others have gotten a lot in the basement.
yeah,
So yeah, yeah. But you also get a lot of in that bathroom upstairs in the house. There's a woman who keeps asking for help. Okay, and she's the one who keeps saying, help me, my baby, my baby." So
maybe. Wonder if
we
it's the
get
same
that.
one. I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't know, you know. But that comes across quite a bit, and we've caught a full blown apparition of a woman at the bottom of the stairs of the house holding a baby.
Yeah, so
So
he posted that on Facebook.
yeah, and I have no idea who that is. I don't know. The only thing I know is that Marie Getros, the owner before we bought the house, did not have that. Her and Fred did not have children. So who this person is, I don't know. You
Yeah.
know, it's crazy how that stuff works.
Besides Ross House, when we talked a little earlier before we started live, you've been doing
Mm-hmm.
a lot of like mad cons and not mad cons, paracons and
Farrakhan's,
all
yes.
that. Staying busy. How have those
Yeah,
been?
I've been having some fun. Had some. I did Crescent. I did HillCon. Had a blast at HillCon. Um, And then I did one called the Haunted Garage in Avon, Ohio, this past Saturday. Oh, I did Fairfield. Yeah. So I did one with Bill Rigby, Penn National, I think it's called. That was in March. He has his very early. But yeah, I've been having some fun with them. Had a blast just this past Saturday at Avon, Ohio, at the Haunted Garage, put on by Jeff Hartz. It was in the Crushers parking lot, Crusher Stadium parking lot, and it was packed from the time we opened until the time we closed down. It never stopped. It never let up. It was a lot of Halloween enthusiasts. However, there was enough investigators and people curious about investigating. And I thought that I enjoyed that, because a lot of people they've only been on like a public, but never a private. And they are interested in tours. So I really think I might have helped my tour thing out a little bit. If they ever
Yeah.
get to the area, they'll call me. So yeah, I went through every one. I was so unprepared for this, how big this event was. I ran out of brochures. I ran out of business cards. The product that I took with me, I totally ran out of everything. It was wonderful. I'll do it next year for sure, and I'll take a lot more stuff with me. So
Yeah. I'm about to get down there sometime. One of these, hopefully.
Yeah, it was
We can
great.
talk about
Family,
it.
very much a family event for sure.
Yeah, MadCon coming up September.
MadCon, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
always a good one. Then
Yeah, I love Adam. You know, gotta love Adam. You
yeah,
know, when I first started doing them, he's the one who said, "Cindy, if you know, don't worry about the tent. We'll help you put it up." And you know, and he did. The help was wonderful. Everybody's been great. You know, that's some nice people
so
having some fun. You know.
yeah, so let's talk about that. Like, because right now, like para unity is such a huge topic on Facebook. Some bullying going around, I guess you want to call it,
Yes,
between
yes.
between some groups. I think bullying is just jealousy. That's the way I look at it.
I
Like,
just don't. I don't understand it. Maybe youth. I don't know. I shouldn't say youth, but you know, you gotta step back from all that, you know, and just go out, do your thing, have fun, um, and just leave it at that. You know what I mean? No, no, and I know they want to call out fakes and things like that, but man, you know, I could tell you for myself, I don't have time for that bullshit. Just you know, it reminds me of when my daughter was in eighth grade, right?
yeah,
And it was all drama, 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 drama. Who the shit needs that? I don't need that. I don't need that in my life anymore. Went with that through that when she was, you know, in school, and you know, um, I I think they just need to breathe and stop. Just stop. Go on about what you enjoy doing, and you know, let other people just be. Just let it be, because if there is people that are faking it, sooner or later, people are going to know. You know what I mean? They're going to know. I just I've kept away from all that. You
yeah.
know, I have just kept away from all that bullshit. And somebody said something to me one time, and it just made me laugh. And they said to me, they says, "Cindy, we hear that you and the Blair House are fighting. The Ross House and the Blair House are fighting." I go, "Or what?" They go, "You're fighting." I go, "What the shit are we doing? Throwing grass at each other?" I mean, come on now. You know, we're not. No, it never happened, never did. And you know, that's how stuff gets started, right?
Oh,
Big ass rumor that was not true one bit, and then things can snowball. And you know, there was never no fighting, no grass throwing or nothing like, you know. So yeah, it's crazy how things get out of hand.
they do.
You know, I stay in my little lane, Ryan. I stay in my little lane, and you know, and I'm so happy with that.
That's good. I mean, me personally, like the whole fake stuff, like there's no reason to call them out because they know they're fake.
Yep.
I'm fine with that. They have to live with that. You know, they have to
Yeah.
live with the
Yeah.
lie. I mean, my
Yeah.
personality, would I love to call people out? Yeah. I would love to get in an argument with people because that's what I like to do. I love playing devil's advocate. I know it wouldn't go great, but if I called you out, like prove yourself then to me. That's all I want. Like I'm not going
Right.
to call people out, but I mean, if I did call someone out and I'm saying, "Hey, you're fake," I want that argument back of why they're not. If you can't do that, then oh well, that's on you.
I think too, people need to be cautious on what they say on Facebook. Okay.
We're talking para unity with groups.
Yeah.
I mean, I have two rules in my group, pretty much. You don't fake stuff and no drama. That's it. That's all I ask for.
Right.
You do one of those two things, like faking stuff, it's one time and you're out of the group. I don't care.
Hmm.
And I have to have proof of that. If I
Right.
can prove that you faked some evidence,
Hmm.
you're done. Like, sorry, you're out of the group. That's
Yeah.
just the way I am. We're not in this the fake evidence.
Right.
But drama, yeah, I hate drama too. But
Yeah.
group wise, para unity. How about the owners of these places? You know, I mean, I'm sure you met a few. I mean, doing
Yes.
all
Yes.
this stuff.
So what I have found so far with the ones that I have met it has been wonderful. Kristen Lee was the one who actually convinced me to open this place up, right? I mean, so that's all good, right? Carlos, who has the Haunted Bilmar, I mean,
Yeah.
he's been great. He's very nice and everything. And, we've, at the very beginning, we talked and he gave me a few pointers and everything. Who else have I met? The guy from Rainworth, from Indiana, the lodge.
Yeah. I
I
haven't been
met
there.
him.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Helped me put my tent up. We chit chatted and everything. I haven't met a lot of owners, but well, Nick and Bree. I mean, Nick has the State House now. I mean, he's like my son. So no, I've had nothing but positive from house owners, and I just haven't met a lot of them yet.
I mean, yeah, they're out there, but I mean, like me as a paranormal investigator, I've we talked forever when we first met.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother story because you shocked the hell out of me. Like we're just sitting there and like you're just talking about the crackheads on your porch, and you tell them,
Oh, for God's sakes, yeah.
you're like, hey, just go out there and tell them you're calling Sydney. They'll get the F out the porch. They know better. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, well, it's really not in a nice area of town is what's happening there, But I have to forewarn people because, they do come around and I don't want them on my porch. And sometimes they do get curious and then I have to go out there and shoo them away. But what I have found out is, number one, they don't want the cops there, right? So they're more than happy to leave real quick when I tell them to get the hell out of there. So they don't want any cops there by them. So yeah, but I have to make people aware because sometimes they go down to the street there to catch their ride. And the worst one is definitely Toothless Tim, and that poor little son of a bitch. He's just a I don't know, he is what he is.
Yeah.
So sad that he lives like that, and sometimes I just wonder about people,
Yeah.
But I'm not scared. I'm not scared of them, but I don't want them around.
I think they're scared of you.
I think they are scared of me, especially him. You got to understand. My kids just get on me something awful about that shit, but I was in the casino business for 46 years, and I had to deal with, I was an executive host and a senior executive host. So I had all the big high rollers, and I had to deal with a lot of people that sometimes had more money than damn brains. Yeah. And I had to travel with these people, and sometimes these people could get into trouble. And I had to always put my foot down and, just you name it. It's happened. And, I left one in jail in Vegas, and he thought I was just going to bail his ass out. You don't be flipping off cops, right? You can't, he's flipping off a cop. I'm lining it up for his wife to, to do things. And oh my God, the things I had to put up with these people, so I was used to dealing with jerks, and I mean some real jerks, but I always had to hold my own and keep them in line the best I could until it got to where I had to break the tie and let the cops take over, or sometimes they just got their ass in big time trouble. So, gambling, drinking, so. Yeah. But I was always used to handling people. So somebody like that's just high and probably can't, you go like that, they'd fall the hell over. Anyhow, I'm used to them.
The gist of it is you're running a business. You don't have time for that shit. I mean,
don't have time,
I mean, that's the gist of it. So, I mean, yeah, talk about talking about the owners though, like I've met like you, love talking to you every time we go down. And like last time we went down, I'm like, I'm not doing a walkthrough. I'm just going to start investigating. And 40 minutes
Mhm.
later, we're still talking to you. Like,
I
um,
enjoy talking to people. I do. It's
uh, Charlie and Tanya from Old Hospital. I didn't get to meet Tanya yet, but Charlie was just a great, great guy. Um,
aw,
I didn't
I've
do the
never
walk. I didn't do a walkthrough, but he came in after, and my group did a walkthrough with him. Then we talked for a while after that. It was great.
yeah.
Adam, always fun, high strung,
Oh yeah.
but I
Busy
mean,
guy. Busy guy.
always
Yeah.
moving. But I mean,
Always on doing something. Yeah. It's you know, yeah, it's fun. It is fun. I like finding out what the people do for a living and just bullshitting with them. And
yeah,
you kind of get to know them somewhat and a little bit about them and everything. And you kind of feel people out pretty good.
yeah,
So I've only had one bad experience in that house with the dude. And, so, you know, I think I'm pretty damn lucky with the people that have come in.
yeah. I mean, the paranormal community is pretty. I don't want to say laid back, but appreciative of people like you and everybody else that open this up to us.
Yeah.
But if not, we'd be doing the old school, breaking into houses, trying to investigate. calling,
Yeah.
calling
We're
Cindy,
going to,
bail me
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
But
Going to the graveyards, you know.
yeah, I've never done a
Uh,
graveyard yet. Uh,
no.
no, I have a hard time that they're haunted. Like personally, if I was dead, I wouldn't be hanging out in a graveyard. That's my philosophy.
Okay.
But people keep telling me I have to go do one. They're haunted, and so one of these days I'll get to a graveyard, figure it out.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I take that back. I shouldn't say I've never been to a graveyard. I've never actually gone and investigated a graveyard because I don't investigate myself, right? But I did do one thing, and that was this one girl came in and she wanted me. She wanted to go around with me, and we were going to go dig. She says, "Cindy, people like dirt, right?" I go, "You got to be kidding me." She goes, "No, people like dirt." So we went around to different graves and different places, and we got dirt. I created little shadow boxes with dirt from some different graves that people would know about. So it was weird. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm putting dirt in a tube here, and it's just, but
That's like a big thing, though. People collect dirt from different places.
they do, yeah, yeah. So I created some little shadow boxes with the dirt from the different graves and everything. But I haven't done a lot of it, but just something. Have fun.
Yeah, it's fun. So, Ross House, what else I know you've been redoing a lot of it. What else you have left to do there?
Well, there's a lot still to do. Like, oof. What I want to do up in the hallway, at the end of the hallway in the front of the house, there's some paper up that looks like wood. It's just wallpaper from when it was still escape zone. So in a couple months, I want to definitely steam off that paper, take that paper down. In the winter time, I want to redo the room that is the kids' room. Okay. I definitely want to start that. That is going to be a big, big um, job, to be honest with you, because I don't know what's above that ceiling. And that's where I went, the chinchilla room. That's where I actually ran into
Okay.
trouble when I was doing the chinchilla room over. Ran into
Oh,
a lot of electrical and carpentry trouble. So yeah,
yeah,
that was
once you get that electrical, it's terrible.
well, it's expensive, very
Yeah.
expensive, to handle. So, but that's what I want to do is at least start with the one bit with the outside of the children's room, and then eventually I'm just saving up to start the inside of that room. But I still have the master bedroom that I still have a lot I want to do in there. So, but yeah, the wallpaper in that kids' room is getting ready to fall off the walls. So it's coming down on its own.
Nacho said you absolutely love that Cindy keeps your house looking nice. I wish more people would take care of their properties.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to a lot of places, but not a lot. I mean, it's kind of, you're trying to get back to where it was, right?
Yes,
like
yes.
Before the escape room, which is cool. Trans Allegheny is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I really don't know any owners that, I don't want to say profit, but the money they make, they put a majority back into the building itself or the house itself.
I have, people have said to me, and I will address this, okay? My house, number one, is a small house. This is not a big ass lunatic asylum or a seminary. It's nothing like that. It's no big thing. My house is small. However, people think that my house, or they say, oh, I want to own a house because, it could be a great way to make money. And that I opened it up with that thought in mind as well, because why would I be doing this, right? I mean, I want to meet people, but I also want to make a profit, right? I'm not, but there's a lot that people don't understand. And that is the fact that there's a lot of upkeep. Even with smaller houses, there's a lot of upkeep. For instance, an old roof, right? An old roof. You know how much a roof costs?
20, 25 grand.
I'm going to tell you, I know how much a roof costs because I'm already getting estimates on this roof. And it's cost a lot to make repairs. Labor's not cheap. When I was just redoing one room, there was I had a carpenter and an electrician in there at the same time. And I thought I was going to lose my fucking mind because all I could see was the dollar bills just racking up and everything. It's not as profitable as people think because you have insurance. You have your overhead of your electricity, water, sewer, air conditioning, and you got to be, you got to pay taxes. You're insured. This stuff it's not as much money as you think it is, but people say, well, if you're not making money, why are you doing it? Well, I am making a little bit of money. Am I making a fortune? No. It's a weekend business almost, right now for me. Yeah. Would I like to go on a bus trip? Hell yeah. I'd like to go on a bus trip and enjoy myself, have a nice little margarita or something. But the thing is, I'm having fun with it. And that's basically it. And I do want to restore the house the best I can. And the sad part is the pictures that I have are very, very limited on what it used to look like. Okay. I mean, limited. I only had 2 pictures of what the one room looked like. And that was a picture of the cages with the chinchillas. And the other part of it was where I caught the corner of a desk. However, I knew when we took over the house, and I took over the house, I had to remove a big sink. So I knew there was a big sink in the chinchilla room. But, and a few other photos of the downstairs. As I have pulled off old wallpaper, I have seen that type thing, but I'm limited. So I only vision what I believe it could have looked like. And I'm just trying my best to restore it to the best that I can, and it takes time, but I enjoy doing that part of it though,
Yeah, we were there like a year apart and you did a lot just in that year. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, but you look like, I guess like Madison Seminary, Adam puts a lot into that, but it's mainly like I said, now you're talking fire systems,
Oh,
grew up,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. And people are like, well, why don't you make it to like it was? But it kind of is like Trans Allegheny. I want to walk down that hallway and see the paint peeling off the walls. It's
People
kind
like
of
that.
cool. I mean, but
People like that.
the middle they've redone, like the
Mhm.
nursing bedrooms or stations, and
Right.
that's immaculate up the middle. But then you get in the hallways, it's like the lead paint and bats
Right.
flying at you. I mean, that's
Right.
part of the paranormal experience. I mean, I guess so.
People do like that. And the only place that's going to look creepy in my place is going to be the basement. Okay.
Yeah.
But the spirits are there. You know what I mean? They don't seem to mind that I'm fixing the place up. So
Well, you're making it back the way what they're used to.
I'm making it what I hope is um, a good experience for people, and what it could have possibly looked like back in the day compared to what I could see on the wallpaper that I have. I do see the pieces of I got pieces of wallpaper and I could see that how beautiful that was, and just the little photos I got. That's all I have to go on. And then I just have to let my imagination and think back to what it was like, when that wallpaper was popular back in the 40s, what might have gone with that. So,
Yeah,
you know, but I enjoy it. I do enjoy it.
that's good.
Yeah,
So it's
it's good times.
one other thing I saw a post. I don't know what it was last year, maybe beginning this year. Did you have like a group of kids in there?
Definitely did. Yes. Yes.
So
Mhm.
was that like a paranormal walkthrough or just kind of like introduction to the
It was
house?
a scout group, okay, that kind of grew. And we had an experienced team who actually that team was approached by these scouts, and they asked if they could come in and do the house and do the store, and they did. And I really enjoyed that. It was a learning experience for them. They had a great time. I would like to have more of that sort of thing. I would like to do more tours of the house, to be honest. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, like, look, just 2-hour tours or mini tours, that type thing.
I
Yeah.
think I
So,
thought it was pretty cool because I
yeah.
forget we were.
Well, those kids watch, these shows and everything. So you like let them become, and I know this team was excellent with it. They let them become little mini investigators.
Yeah,
Yeah, they explained the equipment to him and had a good time.
yeah. I forget who I was talking to. Like they were saying there's actually starting to be like some paranormal like groups in high schools and stuff, like as a club.
There
And
is some. There is some. Um, I know there's one. I believe there's one in West Liberty. I'm almost positive that's where they were from, West Liberty. Um, However, that particular group, number one, the funding, they just don't have the money, right? So they have to stick right now with going to the graveyards and things like that. But yeah, you know, there there are small groups out there like that.
I think
But
it's neat as long as you have the people that are teaching them right. Yeah,
absolutely, yes, absolutely. And the group that brought them out definitely taught them right.
I
Okay.
mean,
There was nobody out there willy nilly doing anything. It was very, very controlled with parents there also.
that's cool.
Okay. Yeah. So they weren't by themselves ever.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
all the response was excellent. My thing is, I would like for more groups to come. And I want them to understand that it doesn't, the paranormal doesn't have to be spooky, right?
right.
They can come in and have a good time, learn about the equipment, see if something happens, and just enjoy themselves. So, yeah, I would love to do more of that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
trying to
cool.
promote that.
Should I mean that's kind of cool. I mean, as long as you said you have the right group doing it, definitely don't want like Zach Bagans in there teaching his little kids.
No, no, not at all. Yeah, it's got to be the right group for the tours. I would do the tours myself, these small tours, and it would just be like 6 people max, right? Just six people max, and we go 2 hours in the house, and they're with me the entire time. And, and I think I could handle 6 kids. So,
Yeah.
you know,
No, it's cool that you're doing that. It's actually community based. I mean, that's what it's about too. So what else is going on? Anything else? Any big plans? Antique store. I love it. I gotta get back down there. Would you just rent the antique store out to me, not the house?
we never just rent the antique store out. Never, never. Because number one, you can't go out the opening.
I know.
Okay. You can't do it.
I know.
So
Everybody has like they do sage or whatever they do. I don't really do much. It's just
I got
me.
a funny story on sage. Way back when I was first introduced to sage, they said you got to go. You got to go and you got to sage your house and you got to do this and you got to do that. And it was at the very beginning where they were telling me I had to take control of my place. And I thought, well, I had my grandkids coming down, and I thought, okay, can't let anything interfere with that, right? So I got the sage out, and I had this lit the stick, and I'm going around, and then I've started thinking about this Alfred and all this, things that he's said and done, and I'm going around going, don't even think about doing anything to my grandkids, you son of a bitch, I'm just like waving this shit around, and I'm like, oh, Cindy, I just did it. Then I'm told I'm doing it all wrong. You don't call them out. You don't call them names, Cindy. And, so, I've made my mistakes, Ryan.
I figured nothing's really going to attach to me and go home because I'm kind of an asshole and no one wants to be with me. So I mean, they'd probably last about 10 minutes with me and be like, yeah, I'm going back to the Ross house,
Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny.
So,
well, I want to attach to this dude here, Oh, that is too much. Yeah.
but
Well,
I mean,
who knows how these, I don't get them. I don't know,
yeah,
but they're there. I believe in them. I do. I believe in them. I believe there's a lot of bullshit out there, but I do believe in them. And, and I know they're at my house,
yeah,
so, and I know that people experience things. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, a good house there. Yeah, good. Everything you do down there is great. I mean, Bel Air's, we're just not talking Ross house, but Bel Air as a city is just a hot spot for paranormal.
It is. It's that land. It's the land, and it's. I believe it's that ley line, and that things that I guess the people that used to live there, the things are just kind of. It's still there, like they left an imprint or something, and I know I've learned a lot about residual energy and all that, and it's just it is a hot spot. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you got ley lines, you got Native American battles there.
Yeah, yeah.
And Klan was a huge presence there. Coal mine.
Yeah, definitely was. I don't tell a lot of people about how big the Klan was there, but yeah, definitely was there. I got the photos.
Yeah, but there's
So
a lot
yeah,
going
it's
on. And I
crazy.
think you open up Ross House to paranormal investigators, I think more spirits are going to come in and talk. And I don't think they're going to be bad spirits. I think just spirits that want to come in and say, hey, I want to tell my story too. And
Yeah, I think that maybe they feel safe there. I don't know, but I think that sometimes they do feel safe at the house.
I
You
wonder if
know?
you have just something there that's saying like bad stuff, keep out. Like this is a safe space. I don't know. Because a couple times I've been there, I've never felt like
No,
uncomfortable there. So it always
no.
feels safe.
Yeah,
So
and I hope it always stays that way. And I contribute that to Helen, helping and whatever she does. And you know, I I know people, you know, well they talk about the devil and all that, but there ain't no devil in my house.
no, I don't. I mean, Bel Air house is supposedly. I don't think anything demonic is there. I've been there twice. I think something's mean there, angry. I don't think anything demonic is there, but people love the Bel Air house because it's dark.
That's true. And Christian's done a real good job with her place, but our history is pretty much the same. Different owners. Hers was the Hetheringtons, and mine was, Captain John Fink. Um, you know, but it's the land. It's just the land, and it's crazy. It's a crazy business, but it's interesting,
Yeah, I mean, would you have thought 10 years ago you'd be doing this?
Hell no. No. No.
Really, if it wasn't for your nephew being scared all the time and quitting, where would you
Yeah.
be? I mean,
Probably vacationing more.
probably enjoying life a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's true because it was him that was scared that pretty much got this started,
Yeah.
and Kristen got a team together and came down to the house, and she's the one who explained everything to me. But no, I would have never dreamed. It's been a learning experience. But I could tell you, I've met so many nice people and it's been fun. So far, it's been fun. As long as I'm having fun and as long as the people that come have fun, I'm good with that house. Okay. That's basically it. And do I want to keep making that house look nicer? I do. And that is something that it does drive me to do that. Has the house interfered with me having some fun? Yeah, it has.
Time.
Because I then like my friends, we go. They say, well, we're gonna all go have dinner, and I'm going, oh man, I can't. Investigators ain't getting here till 7:30, and they goes, well, we'll be at the house or at the steakhouse by then. I'm like, shit, But other than that, nah. I mean, it's been great, And sometimes I'm not at the house, and I have to have my brother go and actually do the tour for me. And he does a little bit, but I came up with little videos I'm sending people so that Rick doesn't have to do that. My brother's very, very quiet. So, he's not the mouthy one of the family, or the talkative one, I should say, not mouthy, talkative one. So.
Nacho, I guess Nacho's going there.
Yes.
28th of Verona Ghost Chasers.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, he's good, great group.
I love them. I love them. Yeah, they're good people.
Yeah. And that's the thing, doing these podcasts, like, I met like Paranormal Girls, they're Iowa. MT Paranormal, she's Oklahoma. I mean, I'm meeting a lot of great groups, a lot of great people doing this. That's like, I enjoy doing the podcast right now, but he's like, I talked about this before too, doing Ross House and Bel Air House at the same night, two different groups. And see if there is a connection, because there's always that rumor that there's a connection between Bel Air House and Ross House.
That's what they say,
I don't get it, because Bel Air's darker and Ross is like.
Yeah. The energy is different. I think the energy is different. Her house is very, very well known. My house is not well known, and I'm okay with that.
I think it's getting there. People know about the Ross house.
People were starting to find out more. But I mean, we got the same history, but it is different. Her house is a lot bigger than my house too. My house is a lot smaller than her house.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nacho will have to get that together. I think we talked about it when I did a podcast with Verona about doing that. But yeah, we'll get that together sometime. We'll do dual investigations, those two places. So I don't find a mimic at your house. That was one of the rumors, that there's a mimic at Bel Air House and it comes over to Ross House. I don't see that connection yet. But I know there's a mimic at Bel Air House. So, all right. So, anything else you want to say, Cindy, before we get off?
Oh, well, if you guys are interested in booking, or if you want to tour the house, you could call me. Definitely give me a buzz. I'm more than happy to, set up a tour for you or set up an overnight investigation. The house is, it's air conditioned. It's goddamn friggin' hot out there, man. So the house has air conditioning, window air conditioning. You can spend the whole night. You don't have to leave, just, stay the night. There's bedding and everything. And I try to keep it nice and keep the bedding fresh for everybody. Bathroom, shower, whatever you need. It's all there. Just call me, set it up. I think everybody has a good time. People, well, they tell me they enjoy themselves. So I hope you'll give it, come out and give it a shot if you're interested in the paranormal and investigating.
I'll tell everybody right now, I've been out there twice, plan on going back. I don't know about this year. I got some other stuff, but if I can do it this year, I would come out this year. But go out to the Ross house. Great owner, good conversation, and the beds are comfortable. I fell asleep in last time I was there. I fell asleep in there doing an investigation. So, yeah, you have a little bigger group, get that antique store attached to it for a couple extra bucks, and it's worth it. Yeah. But definitely worth the trip out there. It's a cool area, a lot of history.
Right.
So
there is a lot of history. That's something that people need to find out more about. And, and that's why I really try to give a thorough tour and explain about the town. And I'll tell you that if you do come, expect me to, right? Because I want you to totally get it when you come. It's not just a quick little 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I'm out of there. We're going to spend probably 45 minutes together talking before I leave. So, yeah, we'll have some fun.
I'll tell everybody there. It'll be an entertaining 45 minutes. It always is. So, yeah. Again, anybody that wants to do paranormal investigation, contact Cindy. Ross House. It's unbelievable. You can look at the Facebook, the Ross House, or just Google it. It will come up. So.
Yeah, follow me on Facebook. Every time somebody goes in to investigate, they're in the kitchen, there's dry erase boards. And after they leave, when I go in to sweep up and everything, I take a snapshot of my my boards. So whatever they post, that's what I put up there. If they have a busy night, that's what gets posted. If they have a slow night, that's what gets posted. I fake nothing in that house. It's what happens is what happens. So yeah, you got to keep it real.
That's what it's about. So
absolutely.
Again, we're about an hour 15 minutes into this bad boy here. I told you it wasn't going to be too bad. Yeah.
Hey. That's crazy. I would have never guessed that. I got to actually look around here now.
Yeah, it's somewhere there. I see it right there. But
yeah.
Again, Cindy's the first owner I've had of these places on. We're going to do Old Hospital on College Hill in a little bit end of this month. But I appreciate you coming on.
Oh, absolutely. I feel honored.
Yeah, I mean,
he's such a good guy.
It's always fun talking to you. Hopefully, once you get your updates done and maybe get a little margarita vacation after that, we'll have you on again. Maybe next time I come down, I'll bring you some margaritas. So
yeah, just chill. I mean, when you retire, you think to yourself, "What are you going to do?" Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to be out on on a cruise ship drinking margaritas and having a good time, right? Well, I have not saying I haven't done that, but it's always fun.
Yeah,
but I have a good time. I really I've enjoyed the Ross House, to be honest.
That's good. We've enjoyed it too. So
yeah,
thank you for that. That's about it. So again, follow Cindy, the Ross House, get a hold of her, go rent it out, have a good time. If you don't have a good time, you will, though. I can't even say that because you'll have a good time. It doesn't matter.
And ignore the hours it says on my web page. The hours are not correct on my website. It's a total 5 p.m. check-in, a check-out at 9 a.m.
So plenty of time to investigate. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
all right. Well, Cindy, thanks again. I'm sure we'll be talking shortly. Then,
Absolutely.
uh,
You take care. It was nice. I don't know. I couldn't see the chat, but if anybody has questions, don't reach out to me. I'm always available.
yep. All right.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.